Am I using this noble? I am. I'm using this mic. This is cool. The lighting is cute. I was using my camera on my Mac. That camera's bad. So I'm using the camera on my iPhone. This is cute. I like this. And I'm using this mic. It's a blue something. I took it from my husband. He's not using it. So I guess we're gonna get into a little podcasting. And maybe we'll post these and maybe we won't. I don't know. We'll see. I have notes. So if you see me looking at that, that's what it is. I guess I'm doing I don't know if I'm going to do an audio and a video or just audio. So that's why we have this set up. So episode 2 is titled Soft Spoken Doesn't Mean Soft Minded. So I've always been the quiet one in the room and for a long time. Let's go back. Let's edit that part out and then pick up. I've always been the quiet one in the room, and for a long time, I thought that meant I didn't have power. But I've learned that being soft spoken doesn't mean you're not bold, brave, or brilliant. So today I want to talk to you about reclaiming your strength, reclaiming your quiet strength, because it's real, it's valid, and it's powerful. So, your relationship with being soft spoken. I don't think I'm supposed to say that. So, my relationship with being soft spoken. Um, I'm quiet. I've always been quiet until like I get to know you, right? Like until we're friends or like we're best buds and we just like share intimate secrets with each other. That's when I'm not really soft spoken. That's when I'm just like balls to the walls honest with you respectfully. Um but in everyday settings I am very soft spoken. At work, normally I am the quietest one in the meeting, and I've forced myself to speak up, and it comes in handy, right? I only speak up when necessary or when I feel like I have something of value to add to the conversation. Um, but yeah, being soft spoken is just not unfamiliar to me. It just is, and I think that I know that the reason why I'm soft spoken is because I remember experience when I was younger. Um, an adult said to me basically, "Oh my God, you talk so much, just shut up." Or why don't you shut up, or do you ever shut up? Something along those lines. And ever since then, I stopped talking. I stopped talking as much. And what I've noticed is that it has become, I don't want to say a problem, but it has become not beneficial as I've gotten older, right? Like, there have been times where I haven't said anything about things that I didn't like or I wasn't happy with. I kind of would just sit back. And I've realized that I need to speak up. You need to speak up. If something is going on that we don't like or we're not okay with, we should say something, right? Because silence is acceptance. And I think we we should push past the nervousness and the fear of being seen and the fear of making other people feel uncomfortable or awkward, just because we want to not rock the boat or shake the table. We need to rock the boat and shake the table, right? We need to speak up and we need to be seen. Some of the misconceptions that people have about me because I'm soft spoken is that I'm soft, that I'm just gonna go for anything, and I'm not. I've gotten to the point where I am not afraid to speak up. I am not afraid to set boundaries, because if I don't set it, nobody else is going to set them, and they're going to get and do whatever they want, right? And I'm not okay with that. I have a son, and we are teaching him boundaries. So we're teaching him how to advocate for himself. So we have to do the same for ourselves. And we're just not going to let people just do what they want or say what they want. So we set boundaries over here. So some stories that have revealed my strength in my previous life, like work life, I was quiet a lot, and then I guess when it got to the later part of my career there, I started to speak up more. I started to push back. Mainly it came from just tired of everybody's BS, right? Um, People saying that they were gonna do certain things and they didn't do it. And then sometimes those things would fall back on me, and I would either have to do it or I would get blamed for a situation that was not my fault. And if certain things was handled when it should have been, he wouldn't have got to a certain point, right? But that's a different story for a different day. Um, but at work, I felt taken advantage of a lot, and it got to the point where I just needed to like put my foot down and be like, no, this is not happening. So I started to stick up for myself, to show up for myself, and be like, we're not gonna play this game. These are the things that I need from you, and this is what you have to do. And if you're not gonna do it, then okay. Like I know who you report to. Um, so yeah, I started sticking up for myself, and I started to come outside of my shell and not be so soft spoken. And I know it got to the point where people were just like, "Oh, he's mean, he's a bitch," and mean, no, a bitch at times, but I needed to like let people know like you're not going to come over here and try to play games with me, right? Like I am trying to build my career. I'm trying to grow as a professional and to like be successful. And because you are choosing not to be or not to be on that same path, which is fine, you're not going to derail anything over here. So I need to let you know we're not doing that. That's not happening over here. Um how my listeners can how listeners can own their quiet power too. Just tap into you, right? Tap into who you are, what you've envisioned for yourself, and how you want to be perceived by you. Not really how you want others to be perceived by you, because nobody really cares about what other people think about you, or you shouldn't care about what other people think about you. That's hard, but it's true at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, the only person that you're sitting with is yourself. You have to be comfortable, you have to be happy with you and the decisions that you made. So yes, we can be soft spoken, but when the time comes when we have to stand up and like speak, stand up and speak. Like you deserve to be heard, you deserve to add value to a conversation, you deserve to say yes, I like this, or no, I don't like that. And people are just going to have to deal with it, right? Because if it was the other way around, and it has been the other way around, nobody's really cared about how you felt about something, right? So stick up for yourself, talk, be seen. It's cool to be soft spoken, but know when to turn it on and when to turn it off, right? Know when it's time for you to stand up and make a stand and say, this is who I am and this is what I represent and what I stand for. Just get to that point. That's what I would say. Close with the affirmation or quote. These just is just the structure of of the conversation. I would just say we do affirmations with Habibi every day, in the morning. And I think one of my favorite affirmations for him and for myself, because I do it too, is you just say, I am, and you say your name, and good things happen to me. Um, So that's one affirmation that I think I would like to close with today. Is just say who you are. I'm Johnathan Kristopher, and good things happen to me. Say it, believe it, feel it, because good things happen to you. Good things happen to me. We're here together. This is a good thing. Me doing this conversation, this podcast, this talk. Good things are happening. So that is the affirmation I will leave you with today. Thanks for joining.